Hello there. So, by what you're seeing on the screen, uh, this video is all about this little bluebird, Konamiya. After using him for quite a bit, I must say he's probably one of the best units in the game, and the fact that he's easily obtainable and the Nat 3 makes him even more OP. Yeah, I'm gonna review a few things. So I'll look over the runes, his skills, of course, general strategy trying to use him, as well as which dungeons he's good at, which dungeons he's not that good at. Which, spoiler, there aren't too many. So yeah, first of all, let's start with the unit itself. He's a nat 3, so a few perks he has is the fact that he is quite easy to evolve and super easy to skill up. As you can see, I already have mine fully skilled, and I believe I had him fully skilled probably like 4 days ago from now. So yeah, Garudas are super easy to get. You'll be getting a lot of pieces from both of these little chest thingies, especially the Nat 3 ones. Uh, you will be getting a lot from summons if you do your quests and area explorations, all of that. You'll be getting a lot of skulls. I think I gotten like from the start of the game, fully free to play. I've had probably close to 400 skulls by now, and I had no trouble maxing him out, as well as keeping a lot of extra ones, extra pieces here. Yeah, you can see I have 43 of the blue ones, and I probably have a few of the other color ones. So yeah, first thing, he's super easy to skill up. 3-star rainbow mons are really easy to get because you can summon literally any 3-star, and by the current conversion rates, you can get one of these rainbow mons for two rainbow mons for each nat 3 you summon, because if you get a dupe, you will be getting 20 of these pieces, and 20 pieces can be converted to 2 rainbow ones. So basically every skull you get, as in the mystical scroll, those little colored scrolls, light and dark scrolls, all of those. Each nat 5 you get is 2 3-star rainbow mons, so you should always use the rainbows instead of converting them to pieces and evolving that way. Yeah, you can get these, as well as you can get a lot of Breath of Lives for a 1-to-1 exchange ratio. So each mystical skull you get is 20 Breath of Lives, which will be very useful to level him up to a higher level, as well as awaken him, since you see that the higher levels require a lot of Breath of Lives. Yeah, skilling up super easy with Garudas, leveling up pretty self-explanatory. You'll need a lot of 3-star rainbow ones, but if you summon those scrolls and do your quests, you should not have a problem doing it, since I leveled up quite a few of my 3-star units to max level, and I still have additional rainbow ones left. Right, his skills. So first skill is just a regular basic attack. You can see the skilling is with attack, but he's not going to be doing damage, so you can safely ignore his basic skill. Accelerate. This basically reduces cooltime of your other unit skills as well as your summoner skills. So those 3 skills that you can constantly use. At max level, I'd say at first level 20% is not that great, but once you max him, the cooldown really increases a lot. You can use the skill every 18 seconds if he's in the further of your roster, but if you have him as your soul linked monster, you can use this for 3 mana each, and I'll explain why you should use him as a soul linked monster. And the third skill is also super OP. At max level, you regen your whole team for 20, almost 23% of max HP. With the current runes I have, so 52k HP plus 35, yeah. The current runes he has is giving me around 14k healing, and a lot of my team being quite squishy, so you can see my attacker is 22k, 22k, my champion itself is like 30k or something. So yeah, that 40k healing is most of the time almost over half of their whole HP, so just one skill is enough every like 10 or 15 seconds, and the units don't die that fast. in most dungeons, as well as you can. It's very unconditional, I'd say, but you also get this level 5, level 1 mana regen if you remove electric shock. The problem is not a lot of bosses that you use him for have that electric shock, so it's there mostly for the healing, I'd say. And when you need healing, you should use the skill, not wait for the electric shock to come up if the boss has it. So yeah, I'd say yeah, first skill is ignore it for now, it's not needed. Third skill is useful, but it's not the main reason why you use him. It's mostly the second skill, and I'll explain why. Uh, First of all, which content can you use him on? And I'm gonna say it right now, regardless of element, all of them. He should be your main unit for every single piece of content. Doesn't matter which stage, is it TLA, is it Sparks Ascension, Path of Growth, all dungeons, all of them. Expedition, he is the main unit for each and every dungeon. Basically, I'm gonna show you this, let's say Hall of Magic. So how it works, one thing you have to keep in mind is you can see that there's three slots, and the first slot is all what's called your soul link. So this means that the unit in your first slot will be using your mana to use skills, whilst the other two units will be using their skills whenever the cooldown comes up. And here's why it's important to keep him in this slot. As you can see, the auto battle is happening now. Look, Shannon uses her skills. She's using skills. All of the skills are on cooldown. I pop it once. As you can see, their skills are already up. He popped it once again. Her third skill is already up. That skill has like a 30-second cooldown, but using it this twice, as you can see, I used it again. Shannon can use the buff again. Her buff lasts like 20 seconds, and if you keep cycling with this skill, you can reduce that buff to probably like 7 or 8 seconds at most. Because just 2 times popping the skill removes like 70% of the cooltime. As you can see, it also applies to my summoner skills. I mean, this run, it's a bit dodgy. I mean, I win it, but just because my team is very nuke-like. So I don't bring a lot of safety here, and I mostly go for damage, but it works. I mean, it's the max stage, and you can see I won it pretty easily. Yeah, so the main important thing here is keep him in the first slot. He will not be nowhere near as good if you keep him in any of those other two slots, since here's why. Basically, you want to put the rep slot as a unit that increases skills, for example, increases cool times for various skills, maybe decreases ultimate cooldown. The main point of using that skill is because the other two unit skills, they do not use your mana, so they can easily use their skills. And once you reduce their skills, I'd say if you can do it 3 times instantly, they'll have all their skills instantly without any cooldown. And they can keep cycling these no matter what your mana. If you switch to her as your rep, he would use his skill once, but because he used the skill, since these skills are mana dependent, I can use these skills twice, right? And even if he used that skill, okay, cool. The Soul Link monster will not have any cooldown either way, since first of all, it solely depends on mana. So even if I use these, as you can see, if I had Konamiya, my Shannon and my Zelia would be able to cycle their skills constantly. Now I use the skill and I have to wait for 4 of the mana to come back. And in the meantime, my cooldowns are not being decreased at all. Whilst if I did this, I would wait, they would automatically use their skills. I pop this once, twice, done. Their skills are up again, and they are able to both nuke way faster as well as buff me up way faster. Yeah, and now for the build itself. I currently have her Rune triple guard on HP percentages. Yeah, the flat stats are always constant, the same, so there's mostly attack, defense, and HP flat stats. these are the stats she currently has. I'd say I mostly went for HP. Of course, I made a decent part of defense. I didn't mean to make that much defense on her, but just because she has 3 guard sets, it naturally stacks up and also helps her with her overall tankiness, since you do still need some defense to make the tankiness more efficient. Yeah, and mostly she's on guard just because I've been farming this fire dungeon only, and this dungeon drops guard and fatal runes. I talked why I should farm this dungeon and why you should farm this dungeon in the early game in my previous video. You may check that out now. I believe it's called like which dungeon you should farm, and I explained it quite well why you should farm that. But yeah, she has her runes as triple guard. I just went with whatever HP percentages I had, plus trying to see which substats would be better for her. Now, I'd say the optimal build for her would be, of course, triple energy if you do have energy runes and are able to farm them. If you do not have energy runes, there's also a few other good choices. So you can use guard, I'd say endure, and I believe it is yeah, foresight. The reason for these is basically you want her to be a sort of a tank. She's a support, but you want her as tanky as possible. And why resistance in evasion? It's also because you want her to resist as many different stuns or freezes, stuff like that, just so she could be used as a healer whenever you're in danger. So if your whole team is stunned, but she survives, she's able to quickly heal up and get you back into battle instead of waiting for that stun. And if you are stunned during that fight and the boss hits you, it could fail your run. So yeah, you want her to focus on energy, guard, endure, or foresight sets. All of these are sets of 2 runes, so you can do a mix of any of them. Just see whichever runes are best for you. For me, as you can see, I have like no energy runes. I have barely any endure runes. Foresight is mostly from quests, but yeah, I'm not using them. And I have plenty of guard runes for each slot, and I deleted a lot already, so I just went for guard runes since I was able to get the best substats for it. The subs I would recommend are, first of all, HP percentages, and followed by flat HP. So as you can see, I got a 18% HP here. I got flat HP here. I can't get percentage since it's already in the main stat. Yeah, 6% here. I didn't get any here, but I went for defense and evasion. Yeah, 6% here and none here, it seems. The other stats are the overall tanky stats and basically the bonuses of those sets. So you also want to go for some defense percentage stats. You can go for flat defense, resistance, and super important is evasion. I rolled my runes, but unfortunately I didn't have a lot of evasion runes, so it only ended up with 20% bonus. But evasion, it's sort of like a buffed up endure, so even better than resistance. It allows you to dodge the attack alright. So you do not need to even proc the resistance proc. If you dodge the attack, there's no way to land the debuff on you, and you will not receive any damage. So you are able to sustain the boss even more and heal as needed. And since she always stands in the front line, if you use a lot of ranged units, she will also be able to act like a tank and avoiding those hits. So yeah, the general strategy is place her as a rep, regardless of the team. Skill her up a lot. I'd say skills should be pretty easy. And yeah, it's important to max this skill. The other two can be left alone for a bit if you are not unlucky. But this is the most important. Try to evolve her to max. I just made her at level 70. She was level 65, but I just decided to pull the trigger and max her out because I just saw that she's super useful. Awakening, you can focus on 5 stars first, as long as she gets like that upgraded ability. I went mine for 10 since I needed a little bit of extra power to get my level 14 team running. So as you can see, yeah, I just needed that. I was at 265 or something like that, so I just decided to invest a lot of extra power up so I could get that bonus of doing more damage and receiving less myself. And I was able to farm level 40, 14, I'd say like with the 70 to 80% success rate, and I'm working on it still. But yeah, this unit is super insane. As you can see, all of my teams have their units. So Essence, yup, he's there. 12 Ascension, you can enter any run. As you can see, I always use him there. He's a lot of the teams that I use here. He's always set as the rep unit, just because you have a lot of control yourself manually for it, and you can always juice up the other units so they perform even better. Yeah, I believe I can join, not join, but show the teams for that. But yeah, they're all in my main team. She also, the good thing about a 3-star unit like this is that she gains a lot of power just because skill ups play a lot of importance in improving the power number. As you can see, like I have a level 70 Bastet, which you can get from an event. I put her on similar runes, so yeah, there's a few green ones, but basically they're all plus 15, all powered up with enhancement books. But as you can see, she does not have any skill ups, and the difference in power it makes, the fact that you are able to skill up and even more easily awaken, since of course, look at these prices. It costs 240 for a nat 5, while it will cost only 60 for a nat 3. So you are able to get this way cheaper. I believe like you can get 4 stars, so like from 6 to 9 for the same price almost of what it would cost to get one level here. And that higher level power allows you to both do other dungeons more easier, as well as stuff like doing arena battles where you can simply auto battle a team if it's way weaker than yours. And I've been having a lot of success with Kona so far. I think my power in arena is like 240k, so I'm able to auto battle all of the people at like 160, 170k and below. And at this rating, there was quite a few of those, so it was quite easy to beat them. Yeah, this unit, trust me, you should build her. She's a must. Even if she's a Nat 3, I know Nat 3s look a bit weak compared to like Nat 4s, Nat 5s, but you have to keep in mind that this is a very different game from some other well, Sky Arena, and I'd say Nat 3 units, especially these three, make really great teams for a lot of the content in the game, especially all those dungeons. You have to modify them a bit based on the elements, so yeah, you shouldn't bring her into a water dungeon or something like that. The good thing about him, he's mostly a tank, so he does not need to crit, he does not need to survive that much since he's already super tanky. And you can bring him into any dungeon, even if it's a wind one. I've had a lot of success. I believe these are both wind ones. Yeah, both these, and I use her constantly. I currently have to manual it, since I think it was the last run I had to manual today before I can unlock the auto dungeon. And yeah, build her, skill her up, give her a really great runes, probably the best ones you have as far as tankiness goes. And trust me, she will boost your progress a lot. Yeah, thanks for watching and peace.